Harold Camping admits to being embarrassed by his false prophecies. In a 5-minute audio message on his family radio website, Harold Camping says that we are, quote, living in a day when one problem follows another. When it comes to trying to recognize the truth of prophecy, we are finding it very, very difficult. Why didn't Christ return on October 21st? It seems embarrassing for family radio, but God was in charge of everything. We came to that conclusion after quite careful study of the Bible. Jay Tower of the Christian Crusade newspaper called Camping very fortunate not to be living in the Old Testament times. They were a lot sterner than we are today. They took false prophets out behind the city gates and stoned them, he said. Harold Camping concluded his message with the words, "In the meanwhile, God is continuing to allow us to cry to Him for mercy. Oh my, how we need His mercy, and continue to wait on Him. God has not left us. God is still God. We have to be very careful that we do not dictate to God what He should do." Tennessee town prefers to mutilate a cross rather than to remove it. In Whiteville, Tennessee, the town paid about $4,000 to cut off one arm of the cross located on the water tower rather than have the entire object removed. The Freedom from Religion Foundation had previously sent a letter to the mayor advising him that having a cross on top of the tower was unconstitutional. It did not take long for the citizens of Whiteville to claim that Christianity was under attack. Mayor James Ballar told the ABC News that he does not believe that anybody had ever complained. Quote, "She's got her spies here. I don't think any of them live inside the corporate limits of Whiteville, Tennessee." The same mayor is known to have called the Freedom from Religion Foundation, quote, terrorist. Hundreds of abusive ex-priests have blended into society. According to attorney Raymond Boucher, who represents numerous victims of sexual abuse, hundreds of abusive priests were kicked out by the Catholic Church and are living freely in neighborhoods where no one has any idea of their past. That's what he claimed in a recent interview with CNN. Not a single one of these ex-priests have ever faced trial. Today, because of the statute of limitations, they do not have to fear any consequences for their actions. According to Mr. Boucher, the church has shielded them. Todd Tamberg, spokesman for the Los Angeles Archdiocese, said to a CNN journalist, "Looking back now at what we did back then, I think it was the wrong thing to do. We relied too often on the stories of the priests themselves. We thought too much about their well-being than the victim." Bad news for Rocky Horror Picture Show fans. Mormon Halloween parties did not allow for cross-gender dressing. Flyers for 2 separate Halloween parties sponsored by the Church of the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints forbade people from cross-dressing. For some reason, the ban also applied to masks. In an interview with Fox News, Raquel Smith, a non-Mormon living in the Utah ward where the celebrations were held, "It has everything to do with not loving your fellow man because they choose to dress a specific way." Mrs. Smith felt that the wrong message was being sent to children. According to Scott Trotter, a spokesman for the Mormon Church, masks are banned at all church events for safety reasons. Regarding the cross-dressing ban, he believed that the decision was probably made by the local bishop or the organizers.